double KMG.
Yeah.
Aight. Yeah. Aight.
Aight.
Drop.
Drop.
Aight.
Aight.
Ain't nothing changed in the ghetto.
Stand up, just bought a Hummer. Pull up to the club now.
Ain't nothing changed in the ghetto.
Two runners, and they got burners. Pull up to the trap now. All the jokes
Changed in the ghetto.
just bought a Hummer. Pull up to the club now. All the
I was talking talent in the
two
ghetto.
runners, and they got burners.
That's
Pull
the
up to
anthem right
trap
there,
now.
man.
All the jokes
Welcome, man. The anthem will get me hyped no matter if I'm having a bad day or not. When I hear that ghetto, man, I just jump up, man, light up, and I love it. And I love you guys for being here with me. I got special guests. Before I even get into my guests, shout out Hello Hooray. We are here to stay, and my whole production team, Ted, outstanding job, doing great work. We are going to get this thing moving every second with Cluren Williams every Thursday at 5:30 Central Time. You know what time it is. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be up in there, and I want you to come up in here with me. And we're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy each other, and we're going to learn from one another. But without further ado, Ted, please bring on the man of the hour, the boss of all bosses. There you go right there. I know you was here. What's the deal, baby? Now, I don't want to just do an unjust introduction. So I want you to introduce yourself, even though I know that I can do it, but I want you to do it, and I want everybody to listen because this is an amazing person. I'm glad to have you on my show today, sir.
Man, I'm honored and blessed to be here, man. I'm not good at introducing myself. You know, I'm Chaz Moore. I'm a founder and executive director of the Austin Justice Coalition, a local advocacy group here in the city of Austin. So excited to be here, bro. I should have brought my brush with me though. God damn.
Yeah. See, I ain't know if I told you this was gonna be live, but yeah, we live and they can see us, and we'll be able to always come back and look at this conversation too. But even though you didn't want to get that glamour introduction, I'm gonna give it. This the motherfucking man. This is the man of all men's and men's and men's and men's. Okay, Mr. Chaz Moore. Austin Justice Coalition, I give you more, I need more. If you need more, he gonna give you more. And that's why I got him on the show, because not only is he super duper dope, but this is the first person that literally came to me to support me in the fight for justice for Lawrence Parrish, my brother, man. It was epic. I'll never forget that day. We done been through a lot of stuff in the last 5 years, and I'll get into that a little bit more. First of all, Mr. Chaz Moore, you represent Black excellence to the T. The things that you'll do is outstanding. You might get a little bit to the point to where it's like, it ain't nothing. It's just what I decide to do. But for others who are watching, there's so many people who are inspired by the transition and the work that you didn't put in, man, for Austin, Texas, and the Black community in Austin, Texas. And I know you're not even actually born and raised from Austin, but it doesn't matter because you are Austin now. You have put in the steps and the work for anybody that wants to get up off their ass and do something. And I tell you from my mouth to your ears, I really appreciate it. I appreciate the work you do. So now I want to ask you a question. I always ask all my guests this: what is the positive messages you're using? Because me and you communicate a lot often, and I know that you have been building on yourself. You've been putting other things and working and mastering yourself. So out of this time, this new time of mastering yourself, recreating yourself, I should say. What is the positive word? Maybe it's a theology, maybe it's a phrase, maybe it's a philosophy, maybe it's something your grandparents gave you and you never let go. But what are you using to keep that energy and keep that positivity and that creativity and that courage that you got to keep going every day?
Man, you know, I appreciate all the concept you said. And I think, man, that's a good question. I didn't even know we was going to start here. I think for me, it's about wanting to tap into like the best version of myself. And I think the only way that I was able to do that is by, you know, kind of self-assessing where I am, where I want to be, and finding out like a way to actually get there. You know, like I started this program called 75 Hard on January 10th, and it calls for you to do a couple things with 75 days straight. But so from January 10th till whenever, I did 2 workouts a day. One of them was outside, whether it was freezing or snowing or whatever the fuck. I still had to do one outside. I had to read 10 pages of a book. I had to pick a diet and stick by it, which was keto. So from January and even till now, I'm still on keto. I was only eating less than like 40 grams of carbs. So like, you know, that's been crazy. And then it was, man, I think it was one more thing. But yeah, oh, and a gallon of water every day. And you had to do this. You had to do this before your day was over. Like, you know, before you went to sleep or before the day was over, or you had to start over back at day one. And, you know, I just kind of stuck to it. And you couldn't drink alcohol. You can't drink alcohol. So, you know, I just did it. Like I wanted to do something that was going to help me get to the next level. Cause a lot of people think all that shit I said is like more of a physical challenge, and it's really not. Yeah. It's a mental thing to like wake up and say, I'm gonna do this shit, even though like there's no money at the end, like nobody's giving you a fucking certificate. It's just like the discipline it took to like sit and say, you know what, I'm pushing myself to new limits to get to where I want to go has been like fucking crazy. And you know, after the first 75 part, it's a whole nother part with different parts that I just got done with, and then I gotta wait like 28 days for the next part. So, you know, in the second part, it was all the shit that I said from 75 Hard. Plus, you had to take a 5-minute cold shower every day.
Shit.
You had to do 10 minutes of visualization. So, like vision board and shit like that, just kind of like manifesting your future. And you had to do 3 extra tasks, like just 3 daily tasks that you need to do. So, like for me, one of the tasks that I did for 30 days was journal. I journal for 30 days. I would like do shit like make my bed or clean my room or whatever else I needed to do. And so, you know, to go back to your question, man, I think it's a couple of things. One, I think I'm at a place where I understand like life in a different way. Like, you know, you can actually like speak the life you want into existence.
Yeah.
Like for real, man. Like for real, you know, when I was manifesting, one of the things I was writing that I wanted more speaking gigs. I wanted to have more opportunities to like talk and get paid for it, because I talk a lot for free, and I see a lot of other motherfuckers out here getting paid for bullshit. So I'm just like, at least let me get paid to say some shit that I can help somebody. And I bullshit you not, man. The day as I wrote that down, 2 days later, I was getting emails about, hey, you know, we want you to sit on the panel, we want you to come talk to a class, and we also have like $200 or $300 for you, right? So like, I'm just like, man, like really like just speaking positive to yourself, which is something I don't think we do enough as men, black men in general. And like really just like believing that you can be whatever the fuck you want to be, no matter of your background, your past, whatever. You know, like I'm a convicted felon. I've done a whole bunch of shit I ain't proud of. I've been not the best version of myself, and like I don't say none of that matters, because like you need to hold yourself accountable, but like that doesn't mean you don't deserve the best out of life. You know what I mean? So really being in this mental space that I'm in right now, to where you know I'm not drinking no more. I gave up drinking. I'm still eating good. I'm still eating clean. I lost 30 pounds. My fucking skin is glowing. You know, I wish I had the haircut, but just wanting to be better and deciding to do better. You know what I mean? Like finding that discipline to do that. Because
I think I heard out of that, I think I heard you say, and I'm gonna quote you on this, is that we need to speak things into existence. And that was one of the one things I just heard you say that caught on to me. And I can tell you right now, the 75 challenge, whatever 75 hard weight challenge, that sound like a bad mama jamma. And yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, it gotta work, man, because I know you. So I'm gonna tell you to your face, you look good, bro. You look good, man. Your skin.
Appreciate it, bro.
I'm talking about, man, that 75-day march, that motherfucker knocked you about 75 months back, man. That's good, man.
I feel
That's
good,
good,
bro.
man. I like that. I like that. That is real. That's positive. And I'm gonna take that for my word of the day from you. And I'm gonna use some of that too when I get ready to go up off here. But I like that. So my next question to you, brother, is what other events do you got coming up anytime soon? The Brothers Brunch is amazing. I've been to the last two, and so now I want to know when is the next one, or what events should we be looking forward to and working with you coming up soon?
So the first thing we got, well, we got some actual fun stuff coming up, but then we got some other stuff that, you know, I think people need to be aware of. To start with the serious stuff, we have, I take that back, man. It just got canceled because they said it was a mistrial. So the cops that were shooting people at the march in 2020, the trial was supposed to start, but they said it was a mistrial. But around August, when they start the trial back up, we gonna need people. You know, we gonna need people to come to the court, just like your brother, man. Like, you know, we had to have people come sit in the courtroom and make sure that they knew that we was watching how they was handling this case and all that type of stuff. So in August, we will be asking people to come join us at the courtroom to make sure these cops are held accountable for you know, doing the shit they did in 2020, shooting people with beanbags, you know, and killing people, hurting people. Yeah. So that in May we have our fourth annual Black Art Matters art show, and it's now turned into a mini festival. My team has been putting a lot of work into it. Man, we got such a legendary guest coming, and I can't talk about. I'll tell you offline.
Yeah.
But we got a real live living legend coming for the art show, and it's 99% booked, and you know, we making some moves, and I'm really to bring this person down to Austin, and I'm really excited that we get to bring somebody of this stature to the city so they can, you know, see the work we doing and meet some folks in the city. So it's gonna be dope, man. I highly advise people to come check it out if they can. And you know, it is a fundraiser for us. But you know, if you don't have it or you just don't want to spend it, you know, just feel free to hit me up, because we definitely want people in the space to come check out the local artists, the black local artists that we got in the city. Because and Jinx, you know this as an artist yourself, a lot of the stuff and people we highlight in the community of artists don't look like us, when all that shit come from us anyway. And then another thing we got coming up, like you said, June 11th, we actually gonna move it to a Saturday this year. June 11th is the next Bro Brunch. And you know, man, Bro Brunch is still in the infancy phase. You know, we still trying to figure out how to make it what it is or whatever. But you know, it's been good so far. And the June 11th Bro Brunch, we'll be talking about just wellness overall for Black men. Like, you know, it's gonna be an emphasis on mental health, but just, you know, overall, you know, like, you know, we ain't finna tell nobody stop drinking and having a good time, but like, you know, just like let's make sure we balancing that shit out with working out or taking care of your mental gymnastics, whatever you need to do. So I'm really excited about the June Bro Brunch. I think this is gonna be the one that like we get right, and it's just gonna take Bro Brunch to a new level.
Yeah, I think the third one's always a charm, but I do want to say that the first two were still great. And it was organized and it was set up right. So I mean, I'm looking forward to the next Brothers Brunch. I loved it. I enjoyed it. You know, I might talk a little bit, you know, too much sometimes, but man, I love my people. I love the spaces. I love being there. As you can see right there, this was one of the Brothers Brunch before. Actually, this was the first one.
Yeah, that's the first one.
So, shout out to my partner Dallas. You know what I'm saying? I love you, man. I know you're out there doing your thing and working and supporting the city and supporting these kids, coaching, doing everything, just becoming an amazing person, man. I'm gonna get Dallas on here too soon, because we got a lot of stuff that ahead of us, and I'm just glad to have you guys in my life. I really didn't have a lot of good friends before. I just really didn't. I thought they were, but they just wasn't good friends. And so now I got some good brothers. You know what I'm saying? I hope you consider me as a brother. I look at you as a brother. And so I'm grateful for that. And I won't ever take advantage of that. I think that's something that we as men have to start looking at too. I think we got to start looking at as relationships as a whole, not just
Yeah,
intimate relationships, but just relationships as a whole. Is there any new nonprofits or nonprofits you like to shout out that you've been partnering up with, working with, that you think are doing some amazing work right now?
man, like, you know, that's probably more that question can be answered better by my team, because, you know, I've been pushed back to like be the big boss now and do a bunch of boring shit. But I am amazed with two organizations here. I just think I just like how they move. You know, like a lot of people move whichever way the wind blowing or whichever way the money blowing. But it's two nonprofits that I really, really admire. One is our brother Anthony Jackson with We Can Now. You know, just to like really,
And dog,
just to really see him be out in the community in a real way. You know, like we see a lot of people getting involved in this homelessness shit for a lot of different reasons, but to see him just like really be out for that community and treat them with the dignity and respect that he does is really amazing. And Anthony just a fucking good guy. You know what I mean? Like he one of them people that you don't want to hang around too much, because like you feel like he just judge you because of how good he is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You
Shout
know,
out
but yeah, you know, We Can Now does some amazing work, man. So I really salute them. Would encourage people to support them if they can. And then the other one is my sister Maria Brown Spence with Hearts to Heal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she is you know, she's a person that has lived experiences as a vet, and saw the need to really address and give resources to people that have served and been in, you know, the forces, to make sure they get the mental health they need. And not just that group, but like Black and brown people in general. You know, like I think we talked briefly, I got to follow up with her, but she's going to help us get some resources for Black men that come to the Junebro brunch, to be able to go. It's like a voucher for you to go talk to a therapist, you know, just to like give Black men the opportunity to try that out, because we finally in a place to where, you know, we're tearing down the stigmas around mental health and people are leaning more into it. So, you know, the fact that she understands their need and so adamant about it, and just so really, you know, again, it's not a job for her, it's a passion for her. Like she deeply cares about making sure the mental health of our people, of our community, is like top tier. And I just really admire the way she does her work.
Already. Shout out Anthony Jackson. Shout out to both of the nonprofits that you spoke on. I had Anthony on here before. That's my guy. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's my boy. I've been supporting him. I can vouch for him. He ain't just started doing this. He been doing this work. He been doing his work at the same level he was doing it before he even got attention for what he's doing. And so shout out to We Can Now. Amazing person, amazing group of people. And they pouring into the youth, man. They really pouring into the youth. I know that they got a homeless agenda, but man, this guy been pouring into the youth for years now. And I've been watching it. He pouring into him, man, and I support him all the way in. Again, that's another one of the brothers that I'm glad that I can actually say now I got another list of brothers that, you know, we might not grew up in the same households, but I love them. I love them. I believe in them, and I support them. Point blank, period. And can't nobody change my mind about that. You see what I'm saying? Which is going on to my next question is self-help tips. I know you just talked about some of the things that you were doing in the 75 day challenge. Now, what kind of tips did you get out of that? Let's say, you know, a lot of people gonna see that and they get scared away instantly. They just feel like they can't accomplish it. But what other small self-help tips did you gain from that you're using today to further you on as you go on in your careers?
Man, you know, with that first part of 75 hard, with the 2 workouts a day, man, because I was, you know, man, I was a very unhealthy like 208. You know, like 208 can look good if you do it right, but if you don't, that should just sit on you like a sack of potatoes. You know, I wasn't really moving around as much as I used to because of like pandemic and like everything is virtual now. And I learned very quickly, like, you can't wait for motivation, right? Like motivation is a good thing to have, but like, you know, the days you're not motivated to do your job or go to work or go to the gym, like you got to dig a little bit deeper and just like say, fuck it. And you just got to get it done, you know? And it's just like, I learned that even the days I didn't want to go to the gym or do my workout, I had to like remember that I'm doing this because I want to get to a better version of myself. So you know, I think this search for motivation that people are always looking for to like be whatever they need to be. I just think you got to go deeper into yourself and realize like if you're trying to get or you have goals or objectives, then fuck that motivation. You just need to do what you need to do to get to where you want to be. I think another thing too, man, is just like, and I'm still learning this. If I'm being honest, like if you really want to elevate, if you really want to go to the next spot in your life, you have to be okay with like letting some shit go. Some people go. You know, it's just like, you know, everybody can't get on the arc. You know what I mean? Like if I'm trying to go to a place that I need to be the tip top of who I am as a leader in the community, I need to be mentally clear. I need to be like emotionally stable and good. That means I gotta stop drinking and doing drugs, like hard drugs. You know what I mean? Like, and if that means that I can't hang around people that can't be around me if I'm sober or not, then I have to let that go. Right? Like if I'm trying to get to a place where I'm more of a positive person, I can't be around people that's always fucking negative. You know what I mean? Like if I'm trying to, you know, it's a lot with that. You know, like I've been telling Bill, you know, Bill Wallace. That's my right hand man. If you see me, you gonna see me with Bill 9 times out of 10.
Shout out Bill.
Bill think I'm playing, but like Bill gonna have to start running with me. Like he gonna start going on workouts with me and shit like that.
And that's good.
Like I want my whole squad. If you're gonna be in my inner circle, bro, and you know that I whine and complain about this shit to you all the time, but you know, like my inner circle, that people that I need to trust and know that I can be my complete self with. Like we all gonna be summertime fine. We all gonna be mentally clear, and we all gonna be on the same page. And like, I think that's another thing I got too from Will Book. And you know, I know a lot of people been weird about Will Smith after the Oscar shit, but his book, I think is something every black man should read, man. Like I think so many black men will learn that they are Will Smith, and Will Smith just kind of tapped into like a higher sense of himself and demands that higher sense of self from other people around him. And I think that's really how you keep yourself rounded, by just keeping yourself surrounded with like people that are on the same path. And I'm not saying don't hang around. You know, I'm never gonna stop going to 6th Street, right? I'm always, because I love that group of people, because that to me is the group of people that I love to be around. I don't need these bougie fucking suit and tie people all the time. Like I want to be around actual real people. And so me deciding to not drink or do hard drugs anymore doesn't mean like I'm gonna stop hanging around people that do. It just means like a majority of my time, right, is gonna be around people that are on the same pathway with me, so we can hold each other accountable.
I like that. I like how you put that out there and you said majority of my time, because it's fight or flight in this world right now. And I know it is, because I remember being on flight or flight time. Oh, if it don't fit this, cut them off. Oh, if this don't cut them off. You know what I tell people all the time? I say, man, I ain't cutting nobody off. What the fuck I look like? What I'm gonna cut them off for? Oh, they did something wrong. I ain't gonna cut them off. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm about to rearrange this thing, and I'm gonna spend lesser time with the motherfuckers that's not putting into me or not being useful enough for me. And I'm gonna start giving my time to those who deserve it. And they probably been asking for it, and I ain't gave it to them. And then another thing is something that I said last week is that I heard you say, but you didn't say the word, but it still was the same thing I said last week. Stop putting shit off. If you want to get started on something, the worstest thing you can do is keep pushing it off to the side, man. Oh, well, I'm going to start now. I don't feel like today. I'm just start tomorrow. That's the killer. That's the killer for a lot of people, to start building new habits, because what you've done out of all this stuff is you build new habits. This is why you can go back around the same people, because guess what? Now you're not the same person no more either, because you got different habits. And so now that you build them new habits, them habits gonna stick to you, and you done cut off some bad habits and you replace them with good habits. And that's what I want to see from my people. And I hope they want to see that from me. Now, I was gonna ask you about what black author, what book you choose to pick up, because I'm an author, so I always talk about black authors all the time. And you came out with Will Smith book. Is that the book you suggesting for the viewers to pick up and read now?
Yeah, man, I think so. I mean, that book has literally, man, that book has changed my life, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's just like what the shit he has been through. One, I didn't know, and two, how he you know, how he's able to like just talk about how he got to where he got to, and talk about his fears and his vulnerabilities and his insecurities, but just always choosing like to be better, you know, like 1% better every day, brick by brick. You know, I think it just really spoke to me in a really key way. I would say that book, and this other book by this white guy, Ryan Holiday, I believe is Ryan Holiday, Enemy, Ego is the Enemy, which really has helped me, probably more so professionally. But you know, in that book he talks about, you know, a lot of the shit that we do is only to like really serve our ego. It's not to serve like our greater purposes or like things that can actually like make the world a better place. And until we learn how to like actually kill our ego, which is not the same as like don't be confident in yourself, right? But it's just like knowing when to you know, get out the way so other people can shine. You know what I mean? Like little shit like that. Bro, it's been times in the past where I would be on a panel about some shit. I don't need to be on this panel, but I just want to hear myself talk, and I'm using this opportunity to like self-promote myself. And like now I'm learning, like, one, I don't need to do that no more. And two, like if I'm taking up that spot, if I'm taking up that seat, like the real shit you need to do is be like, you know what, Jinx is probably better prepared to do this, and let me help Jinx get on a place to where he can use this platform to help promote himself, right? Like that's like that's some G shit,
and that's what you've been doing. You've been doing that too. You might not get the credit. Me and you know you might not get the credit, but you can't
we already talked about that, man. You know
might not get the credit, but I'm gonna tell everybody right now on the motherfucking show, you have always been that person that will do just that. You will be in the small places with the quiet conversations where the real decisions are going to happen, where things are going to happen. You'll be there, and you know what you do? You get there and you tell people about other people. You don't just talk about you and what you're doing, but you will literally make room for another person to get their stuff out of it. Now, one thing I did was I got a lot of heat, man. I got a lot of heat. You know, when I first started fighting for my brother, a lot of people thought I was just doing this for some money. And you know, like I know, I always used to tell everybody I was working with, damn the money. I don't give a damn about no money. But I used to have so many people up until we lost last year, 6 months ago in federal court. They really thought I was in this for the paycheck. They couldn't believe that I really loved my brother the way I did. I had people lying on me, saying I was making money off his name. I had people lying, saying I was stealing, saying that I wasn't authentic. You know, and I took it in and I smiled because I already know what it is. Talk is cheap. I always been cheapest shit on the market to me. But I've been through that and I went through that and I know how it feels. And now I'm a little bit older and I'm thinking and the funny thing is I did the same thing you did. I woke up one day and I said, man, hey, I want to get paid to speak, but I want to work on it, but I still want to get paid to speak. I get paid to speak now. You know what I'm saying? And I want more opportunities where that'll happen, like you said. But you've been making time to heal. You've been focusing on positive, changing lifestyles, your mental health, different foods already, and you got extraordinary things and local resources. So we're going to talk a little bit about politics. What is on the agenda right now for politics? Me and you got a interest. You got an actual I want to say education, but I want to say you got more history in legislation than I do. But I have an interest in legislation. I remember one time I was coming out of court. We was I think we was voting against a police union contract, and I told you, I said, man, you say, man, I'm glad you got home. I just got into a little trouble. I got out of jail, and I seen you. I say, man, you know what? I want to be a lawyer. You say, man, I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one, Cluren. You might can't be no lawyer, but it don't matter. I understand where you're coming from. But I didn't take that as a knock, a negative statement. You know what I took that is? I took that as everything I needed to believe in myself. It made me want to do it even more. I was like, okay, bet. This my dog. He in this game. He right here. He know he's been educated, not just formally educated, but he got real time in this thing. So if I do this, not only am I going to surprise my partners, but I'm surprised a lot of motherfuckers that didn't believe I could do shit. And I want to do it, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep it low key. I ain't gonna tell nobody, but I'm gonna do it. But I seen you get these things done. You knocked out, and I want to just talk a little bit, tad bit, real quick about politics. What we need to be looking out for. Voting is in session. It's time to vote. We the blue island in the blue sea, in the Red Sea. What do we do as Austinites? Who are we? How do we get our voice on paper where it need to be? Because also that's something else me and you do talk about too. We need to get these voices on paper. What does that look like?
Man, you know, I'm glad you brought this up. And if they could pull it up on the AJC thing, that'll be good. But May 7th, and I think you will be key with this because, like, you know, we all got different reach, and you got a reach that I don't particularly have. But May 7th, for people that are registered to vote, we really need people to get out and vote for Prop A. It is a chance to decriminalize marijuana, not just on like a policy level, like from APD, but like it'll be like a state, it'll be like a city ordinance. Like this is a charter amendment that would decriminalize marijuana. I think up to 4 grams, 4 ounces, whichever one the bigger one is. And I think that's key. It's also going to change some aspects of no-knock warrants. Like we have a chance to like get rid of them. If you black, there you go. And then if you know, there are a lot of times when cops come into, you know, they just bust into people's houses with no-knock warrants, and like it typically ends up bad for black and brown people. So we got a chance to get rid of that with this May 7th election, or at least change it, start getting it to a place where, you know, we changed it a little bit. Other than that, next Thursday, another big thing, we have a chance to persuade city council to vote for a basic income. Like the city is going to be giving out like a living wage to a certain group of people that need the money. Like these are people that don't have access to all the resources and stuff. So basically, the city of Austin is trying a living wage pilot program, and we have a chance to get that passed next week, next Thursday. And Cluren, I'll send you more stuff about this so you can share it if you want to share it. But you know, it's just another opportunity to like get the city to try something different, man. Like, because we think people deserve a living wage. Like the way life is set up right now, you deserve just to wake up. Like if you wake up and try to do life, that's a fucking job as far as I'm concerned. So like this program to like, you know, just pay people and see how that you know, it's gonna affect their lives or their outcomes. Like I think that's a really good thing. It could be the start of something special. But like those are the two big key things coming up. And you know, Chris Harris runs our policy team now. I'm glad we got him over here. And you know, that's somebody you should get on show. I think Chris Harris is fucking amazing.
I gotta get Chris on the show.
So yeah, like, but the big thing, man, is like we need folks, and I think it's gonna pass because it's Austin. But I also want to make sure that as black folks, and you know, I get it, man, because I got a really weird relationship with like elections and shit like that. And I'm never gonna tell no black people that elections are gonna save us because that's just not true. Yeah. But I do think, you know, we just got to play the game. Like we just have to play the game.
Well, I can tell you this, that, you know, on top of that, just to add to it on with you, bro, is they told me not to march. They told me not to make food. They told me not to protest. They told me not to fucking vote. Okay. And I'm sorry, but I did them all. I did them all. I remember just when George Floyd died. Everybody was calling me. They were like, man, we need you to go out here. We want you to do a protest. I literally had gave up. I wasn't about to do none of that shit no more. I was done with it. My brother was already home. Fuck it. I need to get my mind right, get my grind on. I need to do something else. And so, but it didn't happen. Life wasn't going to allow me to choose it. God or the higher powers wasn't going to allow me to choose after I already chose. I was chosen. So I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. And I wound up taking 200-300 people downtown in the middle of the night to start what had been a month probably full of protests. And some of the most profound things I've ever seen in my life. We were able to work together and get 60,000 people, you know, together to protest and march and fight, man. And it's just, I also never done it. It's never been nothing done like that. I've never seen it. I've never even been a part of something like that.
That shit was live, bro. Like that shit was dope. You know, I know we was out there for like some fucked up reasons, but it's because of police violence. But that shit was live, bro. That shit was live. If we don't do nothing else, we can always look back at that and be like, man, we did that shit.
They ain't gonna let us not do nothing else. But I know one thing: we can always look back. You show right and be like, man, this is what I was doing when I was young. Shit, I don't know what y'all doing, but we know fentanyl killing you. With 18 to 25 or 35, we know these X pills and all these other pills. Nobody don't like talk about no dope, but on this show, I don't give a fuck. This is my show. I say every second with Cluren Williams. Nigga, we talk about everything I feel like talking about. Y'all quit getting on the dope. You act like dope fiends all damn day, man. Quit smoking the dope, quit snorting the dope, quit popping the dope. The dope ain't real. It ain't real, man. And that fentanyl is killing us, man. I got too many partners that just died lately. I'm talking about last week, the week before. I'm talking about dropping out of nowhere. Pulling the fentanyl, it's killing them, man. And it's messing me up, and we need to stop. And I want y'all to tell y'all now, I want to tell you, man, hey, put down that white stuff and pick up the green stuff. If you got to do something. I'm not going to promote drugs and tell you to get high. But Lord have mercy on my soul, man. Put down the real dope. If you want to smoke anything you're going to smoke, just smoke your little weed. I can say that because at least I know you ain't going to fall out on the floor and shaking and shit and don't nobody know what's going on. I don't want to see you go out like that. Your kids don't want to see you go out like that. Your girl or your crazy ass baby mama don't want to see you go out like that. Why are we talking about baby mama drama? Mr. Moore, all these women calling me right now, and they ask me, are you single? And they asked me to ask you if I can give them your number, but I told them no already. But they want to know, how's your personal life? Is your what you got going on? Is you married? Is you want to be wed? How you feeling? How you doing in your respectfully in your personal life?
Man, you know, I try to keep my personal life real private, man. I think I give a lot to the community, so I try to keep some shit private. But I mean, things good, man. Things are good. I am dating somebody that makes me extremely happy. So you know, I mean, things are good. I'll just leave it at that. You know, y'all don't need everything. Sometimes you give people too much and they just fuck it up. So you know, you gotta keep some shit to your chest.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I keep a lot of stuff out of these people's ears and eyes too, because they always got something slick to say or they hate it. It's getting so bad now. I can't even mess with a young tenderoni. I start trying to date and hump on a young tenderoni. A baby daddy starts stalking me. He done broke through the bitch phone, found all my information, made a fake page, and texted her from a fake page like it was me. I said, man, goddamn. Now this is beyond crazy. Now I know I done seen some niggas be tripping about some pussy. But man, you got to be a weird ass man to sit up here and break through your girl phone and spend the next 2 weeks finding the nigga who you looked at and seen in his phone just to make a page and text him. And then call him and hang up. Stop that shit. Now I don't play that now. I ain't gonna say too much more about it. I ain't gonna say no names. But I'm getting old. I'll put them laws in your life. I don't even like police. You get to fucking with me like that, harassing me, following me around, making fake pages and shit. If I don't do it, I'm gonna get my goddamn one of these people who work with me do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have them do it on your ass. We're gonna file charges. We're gonna sue the shit out of you because you're sitting up there lying on my name. Now I ain't done too much. Try to get a clean name because my name was fucked up. I was gang banging, dope slanging, pimping, pending, slapping hoes, kicking in doors. And so since I done moved from that, the last thing I need is some old scuba diving ass, suit cooler having on his face ass motherfucker sitting in the house, rubbing on his ass and knees, looking for me. Don't be looking for me, man, because I'm everywhere. And I ain't going no motherfucking well. But anyway, this is every segment with Cluren Williams. We're going to keep this shit rolling. That's all I want to say about them old hating ass, stalking ass niggas. Stop stalking us. Now, I got some other news coming through here, and I got a video I want to play for you. I want to ask your input. Ted, can you please play my video, man? Because I got somebody here I want to communicate with this on this video. Charleston White is going to have me and Lawrence Paris on the show soon. He's very controversial. I should say that. I can see a lot of myself in my earlier self. like a Charleston White type of guy, really just telling it like it is. But I want you to hear this, Chaz. And I want to play this on it. I want you to tell me what you think about this.
Say, somebody tag Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade for me. I got something I want to say to them motherfuckers. Tell y'all get Dwayne Wade in here, nigga. That's why I don't like them NBA niggas. Yeah. Say somebody tag Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. They got that white boy putting that dick in that boy. They wrong in the motherfucker. Say this shit done got, say listen. That's a bitch that can't have babies. No, that bitch can't have babies. I'm finna get my Instagram deleted today. I wouldn't give a damn. I'm sick of this shit. Say goodbye to me on Instagram. Say, I hate you, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. You really a punk. You living through your son, nigga. Just come on out the closet, nigga. Yeah, you want the boy to play basketball. He couldn't play basketball, so you was the punk that could play basketball, so you want your son to be the punk. You living through the boy like Dion living through his boys on the field. Ain't nothing like watching Deion Sanders out there coaching his boys and they out there getting tackled and being tough. Nigga, fuck you. I hate that bitch, man. You done got with that woman that can't have baby, and now they fucking up your baby. Listen, ain't nowhere in the world Muddy and them gonna let a white boy come get in the family picture with, man, y'all done fucked up. Man, I'll tell you this. I'm finna lose this shit. This shit done went too motherfucking far. Fuck the LGBT community if anybody down with this shit. Fuck you gay motherfuckers. Say, listen, you bitches go rot in hell for this one. Y'all gotta delete this shit. Now every gay motherfucker that's down with this shit. Gabrielle Union, you a funk ass bitch. And the only reason you trying to live, you got that boyfriend be a black little bitch. He ain't gonna be.
All right, Ted, appreciate you. Now, my question is, man, my question is this, really. After watching that video, man, how does that make you feel? Because when you watch me, I always tell people, if you're watching two people fighting from down the street, you cannot say who's wrong. It's impossible. I mean, some people try to do it, but it's impossible. But I know that this video is going to touch people in different ways. And so I was just curious, when you see that, when you hear that, I know it sounds more like a rant, but when you hear that stuff, I know we got barbershop talk, you know, us in our culture, we talk like that, you know, behind closed doors. And, you know, we go to extent. I mean, you know, you seen it on barbershop and they had to retake it off and said, the entertainer said, fuck Jesse Jackson, you know, but they were really just showing you how we correspond when we in those comfortable zones and we shooting the shit and we bullshitting, we laughing and whatever, woo. But I think Charleston White has went past that. And I don't know if he understands how much power and publicity he's getting. But how does that video make you feel? What does it look? I got a lot of homosexual family members. I got stuff like that. I actually grew up, my first cousin, he raised me and he came back home gay one day with full-blown AIDS. And as a little boy, being introduced to homosexuality in that manner, attached with AIDS, I mean, that's just what stuck in my mind. I always thought that if you mess with boys or whatever, you're gonna die. And because of how it was introduced to me. But it's not about the LGBT community and stuff like that. This is a little bit more wide range. And I just like to have some of your thoughts on how that make you feel when you watch that video.
You know, so as somebody that has a staff of people that a lot of my staff, if not most of them, are part of that community. Knowing that black men, and this is a fact, black men are the highest likely, and well, not likely, they fucking do it. Black men has the highest suicide rate among any other group. You heard me talk about this at the last bro brunch. Then on top of that, you add into the fact that a lot of those black men are probably black men in that community, is because of shit like that video. You know what I mean? So I think there was a moment or a while ago, years ago, I would probably look at that and laugh at it, and just kind of brush it off as fucking stupid, fucking funny. But You know, I mean, I think, you know, man, I think it's that type of shit that I think it's harmful, you know, and I think words do matter to an extent. I think, you know, like those words may not like affect me because I'm not a part of that community, but for the people that are a part of that community to hear that hateful shit, like I just think they're dangerous, and you know, I think that also like opens up you know, avenues and windows for people to like be violent against those people. So you know, I mean, it's just and sad to say, I'm not shocked by it because like we as black men are probably the most homophobic fucking group of people on the planet, which has always been really weird to me, man. Like I've never really gave a fuck about what somebody else got going on. Like that's just on some G shit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, as long as you ain't fucking with me and mine, like, bro, I really don't give a fuck. But
That's how I looked at it too. I
yeah,
looked
yeah,
at
you
it
know what I
the
mean?
same
Like
way.
that's just how I was raised by the few men I had in my life, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. And
I don't really,
I really
huh?
don't think that it was aimed at the entire LGBT outside of when he said fuck, you
I
know,
know, agree, but
that
so
community.
the other, but the other part of that is like, you know, I think another side of it is that he was assuming that Gabrielle Union was like kind of forcing this on D-Wade kids, and I don't think that's true. I haven't met her. I just don't think that's true. But then also like the fact that he's making fun at the fact she can't have kids, I think is kind of low. Or talking about, you know, because she wrote about this in her book that, you know, she just can't have kids. And I think I don't know, man. We in this weird time to where like everybody want to comment on other people's personal lives and their
Yeah.
families. That's just all weird to me, bro. It just,
Hmm.
you know, we don't
Yeah.
know these people. We don't know
Yeah.
these people, man.
And just to chime in on that, that's what I told my brother. I said, man, the sad thing is a lot of people are getting numbers. They're not getting really money behind it, but they get an opportunity to get money. And they just using this opinionated state that we're living in right now to voice their opinions on people's personal life.
Yeah,
Now, I don't agree with a 13-year-old getting a sex change. I don't. I mean, you know, I don't agree with that. But I'm not about
yeah,
to, you know, I'm not about to go in that far about his family, his son, and the
yeah,
things
yeah,
that he's doing with his family. It doesn't make sense. But when you got people who has other people's attention, then what you do starts to matter. You have to care. Me and you used to go back and forth about that all the time. You say, "Hey, Jinx, hey, you got too many people watching. I know you don't know, and I know you don't give a fuck. But what you say matter, Cluren. Seriously." And
yeah,
it still took me some time to figure that out because that's not what I wanted. I didn't want to get famous off my brother being shot. Nigga, I wanted
yeah,
to put in my own work, you know what I'm saying, and get my own name. I didn't want to be no fucking helpless case. So, you know, but I understand that now and I see it and I can catch on to it. And I see people who think they're gonna benefit from it, but I see also people like Charleston White having to be prepared for so much other stuff. He's stepping on dangerous grounds, offending a lot of people who don't mind going out that way. And so, either way, I just want to get your information on that. These are some pictures of Mr. Chaz Moore, me, George Floyd's brother, attorney. I sent you these pictures, Ted,
that
for
was
me.
that was a crazy day at the Capitol. I remember that day.
Yeah, we're at the Capitol. And so that's shout out to Mike Ramos. That's his mother. Rest in heaven, Mike Ramos. He was killed by APD. I wish we would have been able to react to his death the way that we did a year later for the George Floyd's death and riots. But it happened and we were there. And as you can see this picture, these four people, me, my brother, Chaz, and Stephen Brown. Stephen Brown introduced me to Chaz, told me about Chaz. And that's how I was able to meet him. And we looked up 5 years later, and here we are all standing together again, doing what we started doing 5 years prior, and that's fighting for justice, that's fighting to change the law, it's fighting to change the quality of life for black and brown people and LGBT and everybody else really in Austin. And I don't know if people even know that we fought for so many different topics and different
Mhm.
communities because I don't think people would actually come at you or me or say things that they say behind our backs if they knew how many motherfucking different communities and situations we have put our body and our name and our soul and our spirit on. And I can vouch for you on that. But Thank you so much, brother. I love you. I appreciate you for coming and giving me your time. I hope you enjoy the show, man. I hope you tell other people about it, and I do hope I can get you back, or I can get Chris on here, because me and Chris started at with the grassroots leadership and Texas Advocates of Justice. They both trained me. They both helped me get into position to learn things and pick up skills and tools along the way. That's me at the last child abuse awareness event with the mayor of Killeen, and I've been working with a lot of different mayors. A couple of schools that I've been working at, hundreds of different students. Starting my peace program. Please educate all children everywhere. The peace program going to be full of skill building, full of all type of things that's going to be of a variety of children, not just high-risk kids, not just kids coming out the slums. We don't want you to think that all black people come in the same type of situation. They don't. We tired of y'all looking at us and thinking because we black, we poor, or we don't know how to talk, or we like chicken and watermelon. Man, don't make me uppercut you with that stupid shit. I'm gonna make this a fruitful place. There's Mike Ramos Memorial. Again, I'm glad you told me about that for the 7th. I will be there. Again, I was there this past week supporting the family with the memorial. So rest in heaven, brother. We still fighting. We still putting your name in the air. We still not gonna let you die in vain. We still on their neck. And before I get ready to close, y'all already know how I do it. Shout out to my guests. I really appreciate you, Chaz Moore, for coming, man. And I'll see you soon. We'll wrap some more, give me some more details about the next Brothers Brunch. Before I get ready to close out, I thank y'all so much for coming with me. And I heard something today, and I'm going to just roll with what I heard from my brother, Mr. Moore here. He said that he had a 75-day challenge. And in that challenge, he couldn't do the things that he used to do. He had to pick up a new diet, new exercise, cut things off. But I heard the word cut off. And that's what I'm going to give you. Take your hands out, people. All my people right now, take your hands out. Now, if there's somebody with you, just ask them politely to put something in your hands. Both hands. Fill them up and close them up. And you'll see both hands are full. And then I want you to take these full hands and I want you to start trying to work with them. Pick stuff up, put stuff down, wash dishes, see how much you can accomplish with these 2 full hands. I guarantee you, you will not be able to accomplish very much with 2 full hands. If you ever get into life and life has dealt you a full hand, I want you to take a step back and look life in the face. I want you to take one of those hands and I want you to drop it. Drop it. And I'm going to tell you just like this, baby. Before you can pick up something and put them back in your hands, because your hands, you born with 2 full hands. Life has dealt you 2 full hands, and you keep 2 full hands. When you drop something, that allows you the space to pick something back up. And so the metaphor and the philosophy of this is what I'm telling you is, before you pick things up, baby, you got to drop some things off. Or should I say, like my mother told me, drop the rock. You want to succeed, drop the rock. Until next week, I love y'all. Remember the motto, stay dangerous. Where's that? Stay woke and be the light of the world. I'll holler at y'all. See you later. All right.
Scotty.
Life is a dream. Just know that I'm around for my team.